Hey there, folks. It's Tony here at the Essence of Travel and Discoveries. Welcome to Tuesday. What day are we at here? Tuesday, the 7th of January. Boy, already, first full week already gone. Christmas season past us, but what a tremendous and awesome holiday season it was. We hope it was for you and your family as well. Getting into this year, 2025, we got a lot going on here, and it's nice to get back into the saddle here. Coming off my surgery here from this past May, and recovery has been tremendous. Physically, I'm in great shape. Spiritually, I'm in the best place that I could be. And I have to tell you, we are ready. We have been working diligently on several different projects, as you know, from Historic Route 20 to Martha Conan's story, the lady with Lyme disease, and then also to these little mini series we've been working on, especially this one coming up right here is our Harvest to Harmony, the stories of wine and terroir. This is a 5-part series. It's going to take us over the next several weeks, and you're going to see some live shots. We're going to have some in-house thing here when we talk about tastings, and we get a little more in-depth in the wine, a little more descriptive, and we start talking about things like, bud break. We talk about harvest. We talk about bottling and the maintenance of the terroir. Just all the things that really come into play. And in addition to that, we're actually going to help you if you're not a wine drinker, or maybe you are, and you want to know more about it. Then you definitely want to watch this series, because especially when we're talking about how to select the right wines. What's involved with that? What do you think of with millions of different wines that are out there? How do you select the one that not only is going to be delicious for you, but also your guests as well? We're actually going to help you pinpoint how to select the perfect wine at the perfect price point to really help you stand out amongst your family and your friends and say, that's the guy. He knows about wine. We're going to help you do that, folks. So starting in the Finger Lakes, just real quick, these are not necessarily the exact wines that we're going to be having, but I just want to show you, like, we got Barnstormer, we got Ravines, we got Weiss, and we're going to have a special bonus because this is one of my most favorite and delicious port wine, which we'll get into what port's all about if you're not familiar with it. Lakewood. Oh, absolutely delicious port. That's perfect on an evening like tonight where it's cold. There's some snow falling. The air is still, and you just want to relax. That is a perfect port. Barnstormer offers an amazing port as well. So we're going to talk about these different ones here, from Weiss to Ravines to all them. And again, we're really going to dive deep into the cornucopia of wine and what does it mean, and why is it so symbolic too. That's the other thing too. We're going to be talking about the history of wine and where it dates back to. I know you probably won't be so surprised when I tell you it's so far back. It's even before Christ was here on earth. And this here, wine just keeps getting better and better and better. I can only imagine what it tastes like back then. I'm not too sure, but not knowing the difference back then, I'm sure it was absolutely delicious. So we're going to show you what the wines have done today, especially in New York. I get questions all the time, or statements people say, well, New York wines, they kind of suck. And then I'm like, whoa, hold on a second. No, they don't. One of the things I'll ask is, what wine did you try from New York that you didn't like? Well, I didn't try any. That's just what I heard. Well, put the brakes on, because that's an unfair assessment. Let us show you what New York wines are all about. The impact it's made. New York is the 3rd largest producer of wine in the United States. Just incredible. Actually, the world. Yeah, world? See, got to check that fact too. I don't know. I did that on purpose. I want you to take a look. Go do some research. You tell me what you come up with. I'll tell you when we get to the point. But anyways, we're going to get into again, different varietals. There's all kinds. New York is known for its Riesling wines, which is a white wine. You can get it semi-sweet, you can get it semi-dry, you can get it dry. And Riesling is a extremely delicious grape. I mean, it really is, and it really brought New York on the map. However, New York has a lot of reds that have really been up and coming. They've really been successful. So when folks say to me, well, New York wines, I don't like them, whatever, and let's say they did taste them, then I'll say, well, okay, let's try it this way, and let me show you where they have evolved to, and where they came from, where they evolved to. A lot of folks, what will happen too is that when they say that about New York wines, these are New York wines they've had, maybe 10, 15 years ago. Well, I have to tell you, it was only in the last 7 to 8 years that New York reds have really, soared. The wineries are packed down there. Folks like to go down there. The landscape is incredible. You can't beat God's country. And then they have delicious wine. I mean, how could you go wrong, right? So we're going to show you all those different things. We're going to talk about it. We're really going to get into a one-on-one conversation with you too, with these live sessions and offering comments or questions if you have. We're going to answer everything we possibly can for you. We're hoping to meet with a lot of the winemakers as well to get some feedback from them and talk more about their wines and what their specialty is and what they see New York wines becoming, where they were, where they're at now, and where they're headed to. Because I'll tell you something, we haven't even scratched the surface yet when it comes to New York wines, folks. Really, and I'll tell you, as a wine drinker myself for many, many years, back in, gotta be late 80s, early 90s, I always had a trouble. I'm Italian, I'm Sicilian actually. So you think, well, what kind of problem you have with wine? I would pass out. I would get these bad headaches and boom, even just a glass. So it was determined that I was allergic to certain things in red wines. So I stopped drinking those. And it wasn't until my wife and I had started dating where we started drinking some different delicious wines from New York. Fell in love with them right off the bat. We started at Sweet Wines, whether it was in the Finger Lakes, Chautauqua County, Niagara County, it didn't matter. Wherever we were going, the wines absolutely were delicious. So we would travel different wineries on the weekends. And in doing that, we really found not only delicious wines, but we found that our palate would keep evolving. So we went from whether it's whites and reds, but sweet whites and reds, to semi-sweet whites and reds, to then semi-dry, and then to dry. And eventually our palate so exploded, we started with certain bourbons. I love Scotch. Bourbon is one of our favorites as well. So you can see where your palate has evolved. And New York wines, one of the other reasons why I'm touching base with New York wines is because New York wines, the way they are cared for, and all put together, that allowed me then to start enjoying wine again, because I really did miss it, because I couldn't have it. And that was a problem, because I really enjoyed wine. Again, especially being Sicilian, you go to family function. What do you mean you can't have wine? What's the matter with you? And then you try to explain to family. They don't want to hear it. So anyway, story for another day. So anyways, we're going to really dive deep into New York wines. So I'm looking forward to having you join us. Like I said, we're going to be going all over. The other thing too, California, when we start getting out towards Napa Valley, is Josh Wines. Now, if you're not familiar with Josh Wines, you will be. And I will let you in on a secret. Josh is not who the wine is from. That is Joseph Carr's father. He named a wine after him. It just, it's incredible. delicious Cabernet Sauvignon red. Or this is Merlot, sorry. We also have Cabernet. So, but there's a story behind him because he's actually from here. He's from Livingston County. I'll get more into that when it comes up. And then the other one we have too, I can never even pronounce that. So I apologize. Lorfortia, I think this is. It's a 2018. This is a red wine. Absolutely delicious. The reason I know this one's from Italy. The reason I know that is because when my wife and I traveled out west this past summer, because I was doing some filming for Historic Route 20, we actually went to, if anybody's familiar with Cooper Hawk Winery, they're a chain of wineries, tasting rooms, restaurants, delicious food, incredible wines, and I'm pretty sure that's the one we got it from. Matter of fact, we did get it from there because I asked a couple questions about it. They allowed us a sample, which our server was incredible. We got to sample several different wines, and that one there was absolutely delicious. So we took a bottle home. I will tell you that one's a bit pricey though. That bottle right there, $175. The other ones, New York wines, average anywhere between like a 10 to 15 to $20 on an average. Now they do have wines that are more expensive. Ports tend to be more expensive, but just kind of give you a rough price point. So we're going to talk about all that too. We're going to be talking about price point. We're going to be talking about selection, and again, how to just really, oh my gosh, bring that excitement of wine, because it's such a conversational piece. It's more conversational than having a beer. Beers are great, don't get me wrong, but you don't sniff a beer, you don't swoosh a beer, you drink a beer, right? Where wine, you get that opportunity to know more about the history, the terroir, the winemaker, the families that are out there. We've gotten to be pretty good friends with a lot of the families out there over the years. We're wine club members at several different ones as well. And we are just very, very excited to bring to you New York wines. We've been looking at doing this for a long time. So with that being said, watch our Facebook and Instagram pages for all different times, stuff like that. You'll see us pop up on those. But all the feed is actually going to come through our YouTube Live. So the links will be down in all the descriptions that you can follow us. You just simply click on it. Unless it's live and you see it, click on it. You want to become a subscriber, just go to our YouTube page. We have it listed on, and I'll put it down in this video as well. Just click on that, become a subscriber. Click the little bell that says subscribe, and as soon as we put a video out, it's up, a live footage, boom, you're going to get instantly notified about it. Please come join us. You are in for a treat. And there might be a little something special there too. Gotta follow though. Gotta follow. So, that being said, folks, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon for this quick video. I hope you have the most blessed day for the rest of the day today and a great evening tonight. Stay warm, stay safe, stay dry. We love you. Take care.